Hello and welcome back. Camera is shaking here. Okay. So after yesterday's video, I was thinking about what I wanted to go over for this one and sketched out some ideas. So basically this video will be about how to place the features on the head that we've been practicing so that it doesn't look like it's just pasted on there, that it's sitting in there and has form and looks correct and everything. So this is basically what I'm going to go over. With that said, let's start. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer, but it will probably take a little bit longer. We'll see. It's a lot of information here. Okay. So I'm just gonna first go over the basics, basically. So let's establish a well-proportioned head. All right. So this is our basic head structure. Head form. Now, from here, let's see. One way to begin to place the facial features is if you know this, and you know this one, this one, this one. So that's 1, 2, 3. And that'll give you the mouth. And that'll usually be right here in the middle there because of anatomy. So this is like the skull right here. Oh, sorry about that. And that's why you get this, the mouth. And it's going to be about the middle of the brow here. Okay? So that gives you that part. And one way to figure out where the eyes will go is if you know that this is your bottom of the nose, the top of the lips. So from this point, you're going to get an equilateral triangle. So that's one way to do that. That's one way to check, basically. All right, so that's the first concept I want to go over. But let's zoom in. Let's magically zoom in to just, let's say you have your crosshair. Let's say you just have this. If you divide this just however, it could be whatever distance, but the eyes, so this is the brow. If you divide this, you're going to get the same. So this distance will be the same as this one. That's one thing. Let's do that again. It could be smaller, but whatever distance this is, it's going to be the same. Okay, so that concept is going to be here, except here you already know that it goes this far. So that's 5 minutes if you just want to sketch for 5 minutes, but I'm going to start another one. However, if you have this structure, so I'm going to draw a head real quick here. So I guess the question is, how should you start it? And I would say sometimes you're just wanting to, we'll go either way. You can either start this way and work outwards, or you can work from out in. So let's say you start with this, the shape of the head, divide it in half, and then that in half and that in half, okay? And then that'll give you where the mouth goes, about middle. And as far as how wide the mouth is, it'll be about right here. That'll give you the top of your lip, and that'll give you this measurement. And if you have that measurement, you already know that that's the middle of the eye right there. So then you have your eye, except that it's better to make this kind of the brow, but it depends. I mean, because your measurement may not be that correct, so just basically use your intuition. So that's one way to place it and have it be correct in relation. So that's working from the shape of the head and placing the eyes in there. So then you get, what about the nose? Well, it's going to be about like that, the width. And the shape of the lips are different, but the mouth itself is going to be pretty much the same. All right. So you might want to rewatch that part. But let's say you're going to work from just starting with the facial features and then work your way out towards the rest of the head. So this is your pose right here. That's looking in front of you. You could either go ahead and say that this is the, basically you're saying this part right here, where the eyes, the outside of the eyes are. You could do it that way. And then you might might wonder. So we're saying that this is the brow. All right. Then what I would do is figure out the bottom of the chin is probably what I would do. So that's what we'll do. And that'll give you your nose. And then whatever distance this is will be the hairline. See, that's one way to just start from this and then work out. The mouth goes here. And then now you could measure, but basically this triangle should be the same length on all sides. Oh, that's another 5 minutes. So this will be a little bit longer video, okay? Because there's a lot to cover. So that's one way to work outwards, if that makes sense here, because you pretty much get all your measurements right here. Okay. What else? Let's keep working on the eyes here. So I'm going to explain what's going on here. And I feel like it's better if I demonstrate. That's why I don't just talk about the sketches. Okay, so here is your pose. We'll call this the pose, the angle. One question might be, how do you know if this is the brow? How do you know where the eyes go right here? So basically, figure out this distance. That's your main, that's the nasal bone, the beginning of it. And then once you get that, you'll have an idea of this part. That's one kind of quick way to place it, basically, because this is bone. This is part of the skull. And then the eyes are more malleable. Okay, so that's one way to do that. So basically, it's this space right here. So whatever that is, is gonna place the eyes in there. All right, and then the other thing would be how tall. Like, how do you know, like the top and the bottom of the eye? it's going to be about another eye. So whenever you're working on the features, the facial features, the eye is the measurement. Excuse me while I drink my coffee because it's getting cold. The coffee's getting cold. It's not cold. So yeah, this will be an eye, kind of like this. And then within there, that's why I like to place the bottom. That would be the bottom of the eye. And then since this is the brow, the actual eye itself is not going to be that much. It'll be like this much. So half of that. And this video isn't really about how to draw the eye, although I'm showing you a little bit. It's really about placing it, and I'll probably have to just kind of keep it about the eyes for now right here, and then on the next one I'll keep going basically. But just to kind of go over the basics of the eye. So the iris, is that what it's called? The iris? Yes, is there. The pupil is not right in the center. It's because of the eyeball. That's how you place it. And let me just to close out this video, the way that relates to the whole head would be I would go something like this. So you see, there's that. So hopefully that makes sense, and there's a lot more, but I don't want to make these videos too long. So until next time, keep on sketching.